Hi, this is Barry. Welcome back to the workshop. Today I'm going to do a comparison of two different Slimline pen kits. So these two pen kits came from different sources. One of them came from Rockler, and they call it their Slimline Pen Kit in gold. It's normally $2.99, but it was on sale today for $1.99 plus tax. So about $2. The other one came from Craft Supply, and they call it their Apprentice Fancy Slimline Kit in 24 karat gold. $1.79 plus shipping. So both about the same price. Now these are both 7mm slimline pen kits. They look a lot alike, but there are some differences, which I'll show you. Okay, we'll start with the ink refills, and from what I can tell, these are exactly the same. And with the tube inserts, they're also the same diameter, same length, exactly the same. Now, these are a slightly different color because of the kit that I chose, but again, these pieces, I can't tell any design difference, any size difference whatsoever. Just a slightly different color. And the end cap that holds on the clip, also the same except for the color. And looking at the transmission, they seem to be exactly the same as well. But the last two pieces are where we will see some differences. First I'll start with the ring that goes between the two pieces of wood. On the Rockler kit, it's basically a straight cylinder. And on the kit from Craft Supplies, it has kind of a little bit more of a decorative pattern, and it's a little bit rounded on the edges. So it's not a major difference, but stylistically it is different. And then of course the clips are also different. You can see that they look different. The one from Rockler has a little black band on there, which is some kind of a paint or something. The thing that I noticed most about it though is the one from Rockler is thin. It's just not as substantial as the one from Craft Supply. Now, you might say the one from Rockler is a little bit more elegant, but as far as functionality, I think the one from Craft Supply definitely feels like it'll hold up a little bit better. And when I get the pen assembly, you'll see this a little bit better. This is one of the major differences in my mind between these two kits. But overall, I think you could still say that these kits are more alike than different. All of the parts, from what I can tell, are identical except for the middle barrel and the clip. So let's go ahead and make a couple pins. I'm going to go ahead and speed through this process of making the pen. They're both the same design, the same process. They use the same jigs and drill bits and everything, so they're both exactly the same. I'm going to glue the inserts into the pen blanks at the same time. And turn the blanks down to our finished shape. On both of these, I'm being very careful to turn the ends down to the exact diameter of the bushings. And go ahead and finish and polish these. And the assembly of these is exactly the same for both kits. This isn't really supposed to be about how to make a pen, but I'm going to go ahead and show you the assembly so that you can see they are indeed exactly the same. I'm a little conservative about putting these. I don't want them going too far, but I want them going far enough that the pen refill doesn't rattle around inside the cylinder. I'm going to take a second here to check the grain orientation so that it looks right when it's assembled. There you have it. There's our first kit. We did the kit from Craft Supply first, and now we're going to do the kit from Rockler. And again, I'm just showing you that there's no difference in the assembly. They're exactly the same. And again, I'm checking the grain orientation. This is cherry, so it's not really a distinct grain, but I do want them to line up and match. And now we have two pens. So now we have the two pens assembled. I'll show you the two major differences. One of them is the little barrel in the middle. Now these are both slimline kits in gold. They're pretty much the same. They're very, very similar. The main differences are the barrel and the clip. And this is the one on Rockler, and this is really a big difference to me. The clip on the one from Rockler moves from side to side. It's not as rigid. And I'm just gonna make sure that I got that all the way seated, and that's not moving because I didn't assemble it correctly. But if you look here, you can kind of see it's actually sitting a little bit crooked, and that's just play in the clip itself. And other than the clip, the other difference is that straight barrel on the Rockler kit means you have to be really careful to get the diameter of the wood just right, or you'll feel that little gap. Now here's the Craft Supply clip, and it's just a lot more sturdy, and it doesn't move around so much from side to side. And that curved barrel means that you can have a little bit more variation in the fitment of the wood, and it still feels good under your hand. Okay, so we've got two Slimline Pen Kits. They're almost exactly the same. They just have a couple of differences. One of them is the middle band here is a different design, and the other difference is the clip. I think of both of them, I prefer the version from Craft Supplies. The barrel-shaped band is just a little bit nicer looking, and it also makes it a little bit easier to make a smooth transition between the two pieces of wood. And then the clip is just a little bit more substantial on the one from Craft Supplies, and it just gives it a little more sturdy feel. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, put those in the section below, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.